Yo, welcome back to episode 23 of Q&A.
23, really?
I
Are you
think
sure?
so, the Jordan number, you know?
Let's go. This has got to be an elite
Oh,
one. Got a
let's
lot
do
going on in
this.
sports right now.
Bro, basketball's been fuck. I'm like low-key kind of happy the Lakers are out because I can sleep now. Because I was staying up late to watch these fucking Western Conference games. They're driving me nuts.
Bro, those are the most fun things, man, because you get to work all day and then you get a night just to chill. So, like a
Yeah,
late night, you know what I'm saying? So, I kind of love that. I don't really watch the late West Coast games that often because of
yeah.
that reason, but it's fucking dope, man.
The series are better in my opinion. Like the Miami Boston series, trash. Cleveland Orlando, like it's
That's a good
close, but
series.
it's boring.
I like
Huh?
it. I love
You
that
like it?
series. Yeah,
I
man.
don't like that series. I
Bro,
don't care.
I actually like Orlando's team. I remember in the beginning of the year I told you they were like, yo, they're just a team of like super talented dudes,
Yeah,
but like no
yeah.
one put it together. So
Mhm.
I'm glad they kind of put it together. Paulo Banchero's sick. Like,
You think they're coming out?
I don't know. Honestly, I really think Cleveland's a fucking disappointment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cleveland's just
Stop,
like
Donovan Mitchell.
grossly underperforming, man. Their team is really friggin' good. Like from top to bottom,
Yeah,
they should be dominating Orlando. Honestly, just better. Their top five are better than Orlando's top five. If you look at just five versus five, but
paper. No, on paper they're better. I had them in seven, so I still think they'll win in seven. But Orlando's doing a lot better than I thought. I thought the lights would get to them. Like they're kind of young, you know.
yeah, I think so too. But Paulo Banquero's fucking sick. Did he make Team USA or am I tripping? He didn't make it, right? He
It's not
should have made
official
it.
yet. I think there's still a spot open, so
Well,
they're like,
Kawhi's out. Assume Kawhi's
yeah,
out.
just so predictable.
Yeah, so assume Kawhi's out. That leaves one more spot. Do you give it to
Yeah,
Kyrie though? Kyrie
I
deserves
would.
a spot, man.
He does, bro. Yo, so the Dallas thing, I thought Dallas would win the series like pretty easily, especially with no Kawhi.
Yeah,
So I'm actually kind of shocked. They're they're struggling. Like Kyrie got 14. I didn't watch the game last night. They got 14. Like Luka's been sick. Like, they're not popping off. Like a Luka 40 ball hasn't happened yet.
I don't know, but look, they fucking slapped him yesterday. So
Yesterday, right? Yeah.
yeah, and Kawhi's out for next two games. You're going to assume it's fair to
I
assume
think
dude. The guy could
he's
not
done.
play. He was playing on one
He's
leg.
done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's done. So I think it's safe to assume Dallas on to the next round, baby. Kai
Yo,
and
but
Luca are so fun to watch.
yeah, so nasty.
They're so
So nasty.
nasty. They're easily the most fun duo to watch. Easily
Yeah.
the most skilled, fun duo to watch. I don't know who's more fun. Jamal Murray and Jokic are really fun, but
No.
they're more just incredible chemistry with like team
Yeah.
chemistry and ball movement. Kai and Luca just beat you one
It's,
on one. They do
it's
some
a show.
crazy finishes. Oh, it's
Yeah.
so beautiful, man. I'm a huge fan of them now, both of them. I'm like,
I have
bro, I just can't stop. I can't
I
stop
have them
watching
going to the finals. You think they'll make the finals? I have them in the finals.
them. That's gonna be tough, honestly.
They beat in my head. They
Denver's
beat OKC. They make Western Conference Finals.
Denver's real good, man. Like
Yo, but then are they, bro? They had a bad series against the Lakers. Maybe they're
not
injured.
that
Maybe
bad. What do you mean? They didn't they win
I didn't,
4-1?
I didn't think they did well though. You think they played well? They didn't play
Tight
well for
games,
this
bro.
quarter.
It's the Lakers. Lakers are a good team, good veteran team with LeBron and AD. They're never going to be easy to beat, even if they were 40 each of the 40. You know, if they're both old.
Yeah, but AD doesn't play in the second half of games. Like he'll get his like high crazy stats in the first half and just fuck off for the third and fourth. That's when Denver kind of like comes
Yeah, I think
back.
he had what 19 points on like 11 shots in the last game. I was
Yeah,
kind of surprised
yeah,
he didn't take many shots. I'm like, AD's not really being aggressive. Like he's not asserting himself like a big man
at
should. Like a
all,
big man,
at
you
all.
need to
Yeah,
friggin' assert yourself. And he's a finesse big man. Like he shoots jumpers, fadeaways,
yeah.
pull ups. But at the same time, you're still a big man. You got to assert yourself. Get out my
And
way. Give me the
yeah,
ISO on the left side or the right side. Let me go to work. But
it's his fault. Like Jokic couldn't guard him. He was eating him in the paint like over and over in the first half of games. And then the last half and fourth quarters, he just wasn't scoring at all. It wasn't shooting in fourth quarters. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on right now?
yeah,
Like we
I don't know if their offense. I don't know their sets, obviously. But
there are no sets. It's
you would
Darvin Ham's hands in his pocket.
you would assume they'd have a set just for let's get AD going,
Yeah.
work him on the one block or the on the ISO on the left side or right side, and everyone clear out. They didn't do that much. I'm like, why? Like, give him a chance to work the
Bro, pick and
baseline by
roll.
himself. No, and
Yeah.
double comes kick out. But
Even pick and roll offense with him and LeBron, they couldn't stop it. And they just wouldn't do it. I'm like, what's wrong with you? I just keep running it over and over and over. They can't guard you.
I don't
It's
know.
pissing me
I
off.
don't know their reasoning of why things weren't working offensively. I honestly don't blame the Lakers. Like Lakers played pretty well. Like they were very close in like what 3 to 5 games. So
Yeah. No, well,
Jamal
I
Murray
blame
also
Anthony
fucked them
Davis.
twice. Let's be honest. Let's call that what it is.
Who?
Jamal
Who?
Murray fucked them at the end
Oh
twice.
yeah. No, but it shouldn't come to that if you're up 20. You know what I mean? Why does it come to that?
Tough to hold leads against a team that's that good, man. When you have that much firepower on your team,
It's
Aaron
tough to
Gordon,
hold leads when you have menstrual
one
cramps. He
game.
has menstrual cramps every fucking game, Anthony
Michael
Davis.
Porter Jr. snapped one game. Jamal
Well,
Murray
fuck
and
him too.
Jokic are just doing what they do every game. It's very
Fuck both.
hard, man. Nuggets are a very, very good team. Like I'm not even I'm not a Lakers fan, but if I was a Lakers fan, I can't be that mad. I'm like that team is just better. At every position they're better. Every
No, they're
position
not.
they're better.
No, they're not. That's the
What?
problem that cheeses me. I think we're better. That's the
How do you
problem.
think you're better? Who's better than Michael Porter Jr. As the third
He
option of the
killed it.
Lakers?
He
Who's better?
fucking killed it. You're right. No, he fucking killed it. I
Who's
just
better
think
than Aaron Gordon? Austin Reeves is better than Aaron Gordon.
if Anthony Davis could just play in second half of games, I think we win. You know what I mean? Or D'Lo wasn't scoring 0
You
points.
are
Some games.
trying. This is the thing, okay? And I think I've realized this now. You're basically trying to rely on your superstars only. I don't think that method
Yes.
works in today's NBA. You
No,
need
it
a full
doesn't.
team, bro. Suns are the greatest example ever. They have three really good players. Two of them are playing honestly amazing basketball. You can't really say Booker and KD are playing shit basketball. They're not. Their numbers are insane, but they need help.
Yeah.
Beal wasn't a consistent third option. Nurk was kind of off his game. Their team, the rest of the guys like Grayson Allen, Eric Gordon, like all these guys, like just were kind of off their game, you know. So I'm like, yo, I don't think this. Like, I think you need a full team, not necessarily three superstars, a full team of very good players. Milwaukee's a great example of that. Full team of really good players. I know they're not playing that well, you know.
Yeah.
They're injured though, right? So
Yeah.
it's not fair, but they're a good example of that from the last few years. Denver's a great example of that from the last few years. Cleveland, who I thought would be a good example of that, not really living up to expectations.
Boston's a good
Boston's
example.
a great, best example, I think, of that. That's where I was going to like.
I still think
amazing.
I don't think the super team is dead. I think they're trying to do shortcuts to it. You know, and this speaks to how great LeBron is, because LeBron's got a lot of heat for super teams, but everyone else who tries it doesn't work. You know what I mean? For most guys, but it's like
LeBron's the ultimate team player, right? But LeBron, when he went to teams, they developed a core players that knew their role extremely well. Chris Bosh sacrificed his role, maybe not in the first year, but the later 5 years. D Wade sacrificed his role. UD sacrificed his role. Chalmers knew his exact role. You had Norris Cole, Mike Miller, Chris Anderson, all these guys that knew their role. My roles come in, get energy, make some blocks. I'm talking about Chris Anderson. Chalmers, hit the open three, move the ball, and get out of their way. Norris Cole, come off the bench, play good minutes, get out of the way. Mike Miller, dead on shooter, play good defense, get out the way. Like they all knew, like this is my role. This is what I do every game. This is what I'm doing. But with the Suns and stuff, those guys, not that they didn't have a defined role, the role players, they just weren't they didn't perform up to par to be considered elite at those roles. Like Grayson Allen is probably one of the best shooters in the world, honestly.
He was injured though.
I know, but he a little inconsistent throughout the year. Nurk is supposed to be a big man that can get you 16 or basically 20 and 10 on any night, should he choose. Didn't seem that way this year. Maybe he's getting a little older, slow. I don't know what it is.
They were big. Minnesota was big though, so I don't get. That's the thing, bro. I don't know. I think the formula now have your stars and have 3 and D. Guys who hit threes and play defense. That's what the Raptors did, except they didn't have stars. We're like the opposite. We're the team that needed the star.
Not now. Back then, we were the exact. No, we were the exact formula. We had a superstar.
Why
two all stars in Kyle Lowry and Pascal, and then everyone else was really fucking good. Freddie was really good. Freddie's basically an all-star now, whatever you want to call him, top 50 player, very good NBA player. Norm is probably the best off the bench, guaranteed 16, 20 points in the NBA any given night in the last 3 years. I'm talking about 3 years, not just this year. We had Serge Ibaka at the time, one of the best rim protectors, knew his role, 4 and D basically, right? Not a 3 and D, 4 and D. Marc Gasol knew his role. This is what I mean. You have to have a defined role, and you excel at that role. You're not just okay. You have to be exceptional at that role. And Denver's got 5 guys that are exceptional at their fucking roles. Aaron Gordon's exceptional at being a 4 and D, not 4 and D in the sense he's a shooter, a 4 and D in the sense he's a power forward that defends anyone. He knows his role. Catch the lob, catch the break, dunk it, hit the open shot here and there, slash to the rim. He's going to get some nights 20 and 10, some nights 8 and 4. but he knows his role. Be the best defender on the team. Michael Porter Jr. knows his friggin' role. I'm here to get a bucket and nothing else. I ain't swinging. I ain't passing. I'm hitting the open shot. Nothing else. KCP knows his fucking role. I'm the wing.
Solid.
I'm the best wing defender on this team. I guard the best wing guard.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hit the open shot when it's available and the open layup, obviously, when it's available. Then you got the other two guys that obviously know their role, Jamal Murray and Jokic. So they have the best five. Boston's got the second best five. Boston's fucking crazy. If you look at their team, they're fucking crazy.
Yeah, but I don't know why I don't think Denver's gonna win, bro. I don't like they're gonna have a really hard matchup against Minnesota. Minnesota's a team really well built against them because they have two fucking bigs for Jokic. The paint points aren't gonna be easy. They got a star in Anthony Edwards, right? They got guys who can defend. Like it's a solid team.
It's a solid team. I don't think enough firepower in their other guys to beat those five in Denver. It'll go to six. Them? Yeah, but I think those three are not enough to beat those five. Like I have three really good all-stars. You could say Rudy Gobert is not like whatever you want to call him, top 10 defender, top 16 player. But Cat and Ant are two amazing players. But I think they basically offset with Jamal and Jokic numbers-wise, right? And then Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon and KCP. I'm like those three because you got to go the core five versus the core five are better than any other three on Minnesota. Any other combination you put, they're just like Neil Alexander-Walker is a really good player, just not there yet. Naz Reid, who I've talked about for years, amazing player, still not good as those guys though. He's a very good player. He's gonna be just as good one day. I think he's the type of guy you put on in the future. He might be like a 20-point scorer easily, whether it's with Minnesota or someone else. I don't think he'll be with Minnesota, but he's not as good as Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr. He's just not. He doesn't have the experience. He doesn't have the pedigree. He doesn't have the years spent in the league. He doesn't have the game they do. Michael Porter Jr. can get you 30 any night, literally any night. So I think those are the guys that are going to beat Minnesota, bro. I don't think it's three anymore. You need a full five. And the only team that I can see that in this playoffs, entire team that can compete with them is OKC. They got a deadly five.
What? Fuck out of here. We haven't seen them play a series yet. New Orleans does not count as a playoff series, bro. They slapped them.
They didn't just.
They didn't have anyone. They didn't have anyone.
They didn't just.
You know what I mean?
They Brandon Ingram looked like he forgot what basketball was.
Hey, trash.
Jalen Williams and Lou Dort just fucking destroyed him and CJ McCollum.
Bro, I think Dallas is the biggest threat. I don't think it's OKC. You think it's OKC?
You think OKC? I think which team has the best five? I think you need five to win. I don't think Dallas has five. They have two that are the best two out of anyone's
easily.
Two.
PJ Washington's nice too.
But they don't have the best five, bro. You need the best five in today's world. Who's got the best five? Denver. Denver's got the best five. And Boston.
You don't think their two is like top of the league?
The whole 100. I do think that. And I want Dallas to win. But I just don't think they have enough. Like, look at yesterday's game, okay? Luka had to snap. Kyrie didn't really play that well. The game before, Kyrie played well. Luka didn't play that well. But against those good teams, you need these other guys to play really, really well. Who's going to be PJ Washington?
He's good, bro. He's good, though.
No, he is good. But is he as good as Aaron Gordon? Is he as good as?
You just have to be as good for like 2-3 games. You just need to pick up the slack when they need you to.
Not even that though. Who? You have to look at the other team. Is he as good as those other guys in those other teams? The third, fourth, fifth options of the other teams. They're not. The West is stacked. No.
But I think with basketball, I don't think the best team always wins. There's always something that plays a factor in it. You know what I mean? Like in Denver, I'm a Lakers fan, so maybe I'm just biased. They did not look good. They look very beatable. Like super beatable, like bare holes in their game. They're not as good as last year.
They're fucking good though. The Lakers have a deadly five, man. AR, D'Angelo, Rui, LeBron, AD, like they have a good five. They do have a really good five. The Lakers.
I lost a lot of confidence in Denver in that series. I think they got a few breaks.
They're playing arguably the GOAT.
It's a few breaks though.
And then AD is arguably one of the best big men in the world. So like not arguably, he is one of the best big men in the world. D'Angelo when he's on is one of the best shooters, one of the best playmakers. Not in the league, but he's a very good third option in the league. I'm talking about. AR is a very good fourth option. A very, very good fourth option. And Rui and whoever else they play on is still good options. They're not crap players at all. So those five are a tough five to beat. And Denver slapped them 4-1 at the end of the day. So
that's the thing. It was an ugly slap. It was like an ugly win. You know, I didn't think it was a good win for Denver. That's why, to me, Denver's very beatable in my head.
4-1 is
4-1 still 4-1. You're right.
Who are they playing?
No, Minnesota.
So Minnesota, Minnesota's best five, or Nas Reed, like not really. He has to play for Cat. So Mike Conley, Ant,
Yeah. Yep.
Rudy, Cat,
The defender, what's his name? Daniel something?
McDaniels.
McDaniel, yeah. He's a good defender, bro.
So that is a good five. Conley's a good point guard, very good
It's a
team
big
operator.
5 too. Think about it. If you're a bad 3-point shooting team, which Denver's the worst 3-point shooting team in the league, right? You have to go to the paint, and their bigs are massive.
I mean, Aaron Gordon's not like a chump to just body.
No. I mean, statistically, they were the worst shooting team.
Michael Porter Jr. will head the open shots in the playoffs. He stepped up big a few games in the Lakers series.
Your paint game's fucked.
Jamal Murray's just like since the day I've watched him play at the Pan Am Games for Canada, he was like 17 years old going against grown men and hit the biggest shots. I'm like, this dude's got something that like you can't really explain. He just doesn't care. In the last 5 minutes, he always took the big shots, and he was 17 years old at the Pan Am Games in Ryerson. And I was watching it. I'm like, yo, this kid is next level. And then he went to Kentucky. He had a solid, not like out of this world year, but man, now it's like coming to fruition.
He's still hobbled though. That's the issue.
Hobbled or not, man, he's injured right now. He can go to Mexico for the next 3 days.
That's what I'm saying. No, but McDaniels is a good defender, and Murray's not 100%. Like it's an issue. And then there's the bigs, 2 bigs for Jokic just waiting for him in the paint. You know what I mean? It's a bad matchup. It's a bad matchup.
Cat's gonna have to guard Aaron Gordon, and he can't just.
But Aaron Gordon can't shoot. Gordon can't shoot. You can stay in the paint.
Backdoor cuts from Aaron Gordon. Like Cat is a little slow-footed. Aaron Gordon will eat him with some backdoor cuts, and Jokic is okay. I think like does not mind giving 100 of those to Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter. He does not mind. And honestly, to be truly honest, I really think Jokic is going to expose Gobert and show why Gobert is grossly overrated from a perspective. Yeah. So Jokic is going to absolutely destroy Gobert. Gobert is going to be in foul trouble, which means Nas Reed is going to have to guard Jokic. I don't think Nas Reed is even remotely close to the defender that can keep up with Gobert on the defensive end to guard Jokic. So you're going to get your Gobert in foul trouble. He's going to take over against Nas Reed. Bro, it's just Gobert. Unless Jokic does not get Gobert in foul trouble, which is something you should watch out for because Gobert had foul trouble the last game.
I think you double him. And the refs always give the double to the non-big defender. So that's I think it's a 7-game series. I don't think it's a slap. I think it's a 7-game series.
I'm going to say 4-2 Denver and 6.
4-6? Yeah. I could see that too. 6 or I was going to say 7.
Ant will have a few him moments like he's had in the playoffs, you know?
Yeah, he's just kind of like he's just a loudmouth, you know. He just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's got those him moments. I told you that somewhere in the playoffs this year we're gonna have to see a him moment. It was Ant's him moment. I really was thought it'd be Donovan Mitchell because I thought he's been in the league so long that he'd want to have that him moment, but
he's not it.
He's not it. Yeah, maybe he just doesn't have it. We just have to accept it.
I'm still waiting for Luka's. Luka's coming. He hasn't dropped a 40 yet. Like you know, it's coming.
Luka has had him moments though throughout his whole fucking career.
But this year, it's every year he has to have one.
Denver would play. So Mini would play Denver, and then OKC would play
winner of Dallas Clippers.
Oh,
so I think Dallas beats OKC, bro.
Yo, that's their one thing I slept on them, and this is the problem when you don't watch every game, is how good they are defensively. So, like Jalen Williams and Lou Dort and Shea, all three are amazing wing defenders. Amazing. They're so strong. They move their feet well. Their anticipation is great. They stay in front of you, and they make you just feel uncomfortable. They may not always stop you. Obviously, it's the NBA, but they make you feel uncomfortable. Every shot you take is going to be uncomfortable. They're tough, man. They're very, very tough. Luka and Kyrie are better than them. Obviously, their offense is better than their defense. Yeah. But if they can just bother them enough to where Luka and Kyrie have to kick to PJ, have to move the ball, they can't just ISO, I don't think it's an easy matchup for those guys, man. OKC is tough. They're very, very, very tough. And I think they like being under the radar. They're kind of under the radar. Like,
of course.
They played the Pelicans. They weren't in the time slots where the prime TV time slots for the playoffs. I understand Zion's not playing. But at the same time, like, they're sliding right under. They might go to the finals, bro. Very underrated. They're very, very underrated. Chet, too, is like he's tough to play against because you can bully him inside, right? Like JV bullies him, but then on the other end, can't guard him. He's pulling JV way out of the paint.
Yeah, yeah.
making life hard for him, and he's blown by guys like JV. He'll blow by Gobert. Jokic is going to eat him for breakfast, to be honest. If they play,
Shet?
yeah, but
Yeah, yeah.
Shet will bring out Jokic. So it's like it's really really tough. And when Shet puts on like 20 extra pounds, I mean, they always put on some weight in the summer.
Yeah.
Yo, OKC's got a team, man. That is a team you don't want to play. And Josh Giddey's hitting his threes.
The issue is the owner. Was he going to pay them? That's a real question. You know what I mean?
They
Because
got 4 years of control. They got Chet for 3 more guaranteed.
I know
Shea they got, obviously.
Jalen Williams is coming up. Shea signed now, right? He signed Supermax.
He'll sign
then,
Supermax anyways. Obviously, he's obvious.
But they're all like a year after each other. So like, which
Giddey
year
and
does
Chet got
the domino fall?
3 control years left. 3-4 control years left. So you got that core for 3-4 years, bro. You can make some magic happen. You could win a ring or two if Shea plays like Shea does and he looks like Kobe like he does in a lot of the moves he makes. I'm like, Shea's the closest thing we have to Kobe in terms of moves and style of play. Take away the threes, he plays very similar to Kobe. Post up, mid range. No, Kyrie's nothing like Kobe in terms of games.
The layup on 4 guys? That was so Kobe-esque.
Nah, but he's like a smaller finisher. It's different. He's more like skilled than Kobe in like finishing. Shea's very methodical, footwork, spin moves, fades, post ups, mid range game. So beautiful to watch. Always under control. He looks like a guy who's been playing basketball for like been a basketball savant for like 90 years. Like he's so ahead of you, and the way he controls, he looks like God willing will never get injured because he's so smooth. Like it's like, okay, you went left, okay, I'm going right. You went right, okay, I'm going left.
Counter to the counter to the
counter to your counter every time, bro. It's so smooth and calculated. It's actually unbelievable to watch, man. If I'm a Clippers fan, I'm fucking salty.
Fuck them. Good. Fuck them. I hate the Clippers.
I am salty because all these guys now are like, oh man, we saw this in his rookie year. I'm like, no, you didn't.
You didn't see shit.
You did not see this yet. You thought I couldn't shoot as well, and we're like, oh, he can't shoot that well, so maybe maybe he's not going to develop into the all-star. Like, he's a good player, not a great player, because he still can't shoot that well. Shea, he's got a weird shot from 3. Like it's kind of hitchy, right? Like it's not the most smooth jumper from 3. So, and back then you were like, oh, we need shooters. The NBA is developing into a shooters league. Shea's destroyed that narrative right now.
They celebrated so fucking hard when that trade happened. Yeah. No one can say dick right now.
Yeah.
I saw all of you celebrate.
And Shea was like not anywhere near what he is now. Firstly, his first 3 years he wasn't. He looked like a very good player that had a lot of shots and opportunities. But now he looks like a basketball savant, like just a master, like just a master of basketball. And
he's my MVP. I bet on him to win MVP.
I hope he wins. So crazy if Jokic wins again. I don't even understand. I just don't get it if Jokic wins again. Like, what are we doing? Why?
No, I get it. I don't.
What are we doing? Does he really deserve 3?
This is where it gets like ugly. But if he wins a ring, yes, he deserves 3. You know what I mean? It's almost valid. It's validated after the fact.
NBA season has always been about the season, right? It is. Last year was Embiid, and it made sense. Jokic is like. His numbers are always going to be what they are, bro. Like, Jokic has just figured out how to get numbers.
They're also winning.
No, I know. But his numbers are what they are because he's just mastered the art of being a point forward, a big man point guard, basically. A point forward and like a point center, I guess you'd call it.
Reward him. You should reward him.
But MVP year after year after year is kind of I think you're almost, what you're doing is you're kind of milking, like not milking. What's it called? Like, what's the term I'm looking for? Where it's overdone, it's like,
okay. People get bored of it. It's not LeBron, but it's like, I don't like what they did to LeBron. I think he was the MVP every fucking year, bro. And then you get in these talks of who's the greatest, who's not. It's like, oh, this guy had 6 MVPs. Like, yo, but we all know he was the MVP. That's what Jokic is in right now, especially if they win rings, especially if they keep winning rings.
Drawing out the award, bro. And like MVP, you have to look at it from the entire scope of the season, okay? And what expectations were.
They tied for first.
Wasn't even expected to be in the playoffs.
Oh, expectations?
It was a development year. They crushed expectations. That's the first thing. So they already destroyed media expectations.
So why is that an MVP thing?
Second, they didn't just crush expectations. They finished first in the hardest conference in many years.
Yeah.
Where basically 50-win team couldn't even make the top 10. You weren't guaranteed top 10. You were, but it was tight. So they finished first. Their net rating on offense and defense improved like dramatically. Shea's one of the best defenders in the world. Such an underrated thing that we don't talk about. We just talked about
they both deserve it, bro. I don't disagree. I'm just saying I think Jokic still deserves it.
How though? He already did this last year. What
Yeah, but if you're the MVP last year, doesn't mean you're not the MVP this year if you do the same
not, because
thing.
they have a better team. Better team.
Who? Jokic?
Denver overall. Better team. Better role players. Easier to get numbers with better role players, right? It's just easier. Shea's carrying these young guys that are a lot like he's a young guy himself,
No,
but he's
they're well
a
rounded.
veteran to them.
They're well rounded though.
No, but they weren't well rounded before. You didn't.
Yeah.
No one talked about Lou Dort before and Jalen Williams.
No.
Now,
but that's a Coach of the Year award almost, which he got.
Yes, of course the coaches. That's an unanimous, right?
Yeah.
So, but Shea should be unanimous too. Shea's the leader. No one on that team is even close to Shea.
Listen. I agree. I'm just saying I'm not mad if Jokic wins. I get it.
I'm mad.
I still get
just
it.
drawing out the MVP award. It's becoming like, what are we doing? I just think it's like it becomes what are we doing? Jokic is going to win next year too. Then you better give it to next year.
Like last year when Embiid won, I was on the opposite side. Like this is bullshit. We all know Jokic is the MVP, and then they won a ring. Then it's validated he should have been MVP in my mind at least.
No, because
if that happens again,
playoffs, right? A lot of things is different in the playoffs. We're talking about this is the season MVP, not the full.
No, but he was good in the season too.
Yeah, Embiid was a killer last year in the season, bro.
I think he's over. Yeah, I still think he's overrated. He's gonna get slapped by New York next game. But
we'll find out tonight, won't we? So I think is opening up like the paint tremendously for Tyrese Maxey. He's quadruple team, bro. Like, dude, I don't know what you guys want him to do. I'm like, he's quadruple team. What you like? There is nothing a guy can do if he's quadruple team and his teammates aren't stepping up their game. There's really nothing he can do.
He's turning into James Harden. All he does is try to draw fouls. It drives me fucking crazy.
Team, bro.
I know. You're not wrong. You make the right pass. I get it.
What do you do? At a certain point, like, what do we want him to do? He doesn't have this. Tobias Harris is a terrible mistake for them, bro. Terrible mistake. I'm sorry.
They keep signing him too. They keep extending him. It doesn't make fucking sense.
I don't know why Tobias Harris is there. He's not the third option. I think Tyrese Maxey there. They should thank God that he developed into what he did, because without him, Kyle Lowry has to play for them. Put it like that. Kyle Lowry's at the end of his career. The absolute end, and he's
a good vet.
He should be a vet that's playing 20 minutes, coming in, moving the ball. He's had to play 38, 40 minutes. Last game he played 34. I'm like, Kyle Lowry just can't shoot like he could before. He just can't.
Wait, who are you rooting for in the series? Philly?
I don't give a fuck about either of them.
You don't care?
No. I just think Embiid needs a really good third option that he is drastically lacking. Like, Philly's management, keeping Tobias Harris over Jimmy Butler was its own mistake.
Oh, they're fucking stupid. But that was years ago at this point. But like, I can't give Embiid a pass.
That's the reason they don't have
a third option. Pass. Like, if so many guys have had an opportunity to make the conference finals with nobody, like Trae Young carried a bunch of nobodies there. You know what I mean? You've never done it once.
It's the way you play when you're a big man and you're trying to work inside out, and four guys are on you inside out. There's nothing you can do, bro. You can't just back out four guys. You have to kick and move and swing.
Yeah, but
play with
three are open. Three guys are open.
And they're not playing well. Tobias Harris is just he's a very average NBA third, fourth option. I think he's grossly overrated and overpaid.
No one thinks he's good. But
Kyle Lowry's had to come in mid-season and try to be that fifth, fourth option, and it's just like it's very hard to be. And then Tyrese Maxey's had to carry the load as the second option. But you need those fifth, sixth option. Buddy Hield's not playing. I don't know why.
But Q. He had Ben Simmons. He had Jimmy Butler. He had James Harden. He had Maxey.
That year they would have won a ring.
Sure, but they didn't. They've never been out of the second round, and he's had so many weapons for every year, different weapons. At one point, it's not the team. At one point, it might be you.
No, I don't. No way. This may be the truth in terms of his actual results, but I don't think this is the truth. And you're saying basically he's incompetent to carry a team. I don't think that's the case at all.
I don't think he's 1A. He might be 1B.
No, I think he's one fucking A to the moon. Whatever the top of the top. You put that motherfucker, bro, anywhere. I will gladly take him. Joel Embiid is top 10 NBA player without a fucking doubt. Top 5 probably in the last few years.
Not top 5. Gotta get out to Western Conference. You gotta get to the conference finals, Eastern Conference finals.
You gave him an old ass James Harden.
James Harden did well. Come on, bro. You still had Maxey. Wait, here's my issue with Philly. Because first, it was Ben Simmons' fault. Then, Brett Brown, Ben Simmons. Then it was fucking James Harden and Doc Rivers. There's too many scapegoats
Honestly,
every year.
normally I don't agree with the narratives, but I fully agree with those narratives. Ben Simmons
Those
played
ones.
like absolute shit.
What?
I
What's
literally
this year?
saw him. I
What's this year?
literally watched him get a layup under the net, look like this. He's 6'11" or whatever the fuck
Yeah,
he is.
pass it.
Okay, he's a guy that with a 40-inch vertical, maybe 3 to 5 times and pass those and miss threes. And I said, there's no way this dude is having the same nerves that I get when I play against bigger dudes. I'm like, oh shit, I'm kicking that out. Like, why? There is no way I would have those confidence issues if I'm 6'10", my vertical is 40 inches, and all I have to do is get up and dunk it or lay it in. That was
Okay,
that was terrible. That just ruined.
okay.
Okay, then you put James Harden. James Harden was not the same player, bro. James Harden was a
No.
basketball savant, not the same player that he ever was in Houston and Philly. He just wasn't. Even with Brooklyn, he's just not. Even today, he's not the same player.
They blame Doc Rivers though.
Doc Rivers is clearly to blame. Milwaukee sucks. He goes to Milwaukee,
No.
I said, he's so overrated.
The playoffs isn't his fault.
Injuries, but at the same time, still playing the Pacers, and they're young.
This is my entire point with Philly. There's just an excuse every year. What's this year's excuse, bro? We got to stop giving this guy pass.
They don't have a good roster, bro. Their roster is very skilled. The fact that Kyle Lowry had to sign midway, basically trade whatever signed, and came in and is now playing. Now their starting point guard. It doesn't make sense. Like a guy that's. I love Kyle so much. He plays so hard, but he's just like his past his prime. He's at the end, tail end. He should be off the bench 15, 20 minutes a guy, regardless of how much he gets paid. He comes in and starts.
Bro, you're losing in the first round to a injured New York team without Julius Randle, bro. I just too many excuses every year for this guy. At one point, you got to hold him responsible.
Or how much we should give credit to Jalen fucking Brunson. More than anything.
Great. No, I agree. They're getting bounced next. Wait, who's playing next round? Milwaukee?
I never knew that. I never memorized the brackets. I should though.
I think it's Milwaukee. A healthy Milwaukee beats New York, in my opinion.
Yeah, 4-0.
But a healthy Milwaukee is very. It's
a healthy
rare,
Milwaukee's 4-0 against everybody until the Eastern Conference Final.
Yeah.
4-0, Eastern Conference Finals. You can let the best team win, but until that's not going to be the case. It seems like.
Let me ask you something. So, any of these series so far surprise you? Any team surprise you in the series?
OKC slapping Pelicans
surprised you?
Slapping them 4-0, yeah, still surprised me.
Okay. I had them in 5.
They obliterated them too. It wasn't even fun to watch. Orlando, how good they are surprised me. The Wagner brothers are playing well.
Orlando,
just their whole team. It surprised us all year, but like just how well they're playing in the playoffs surprised me. I
think the Wolves, bro, sweeping is surprising.
The Wolves sweeping the Suns is very surprising. That one was just. I'm not gonna lie, I picked the Suns, bro. Like, and I think most people did. Like,
I had them in 7.
Veterans over youngsters, but Ant's like, nah, I'm a veteran, bitch. Old ass motherfuckers, and then he's facts, bro. I love Ant, bro. I love these young guys, actually. Honestly, Luka.
They were big. They were really big for Phoenix.
They're so fun to watch. It's like they may not have the aura that LeBron does, but they got some other aura that's like they're not the GOATs. Like Luka's not necessarily the guaranteed GOAT. Ant's not necessarily the guaranteed GOAT. All these other young guys, Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brunson, you can go on and on. None of them are the guaranteed GOATs, but what I really like is like it's a clear in the future. It's going to be a clear competition for who the best player is, and that's amazing. Yeah. Like every year, it's going to be something different. Like one year, it's not going to be like LeBron and Messi and Ronaldo and all these other sports where it was undisputed and McDavid and the list goes on and Shohei.
I like that. You don't like that? I miss that.
I love
now that it's gone.
I love competition. I'd rather I want to be the best player next year. And like Shea tries to be the best player. And then Luka's like, I want MVP.
No, but
Jokic's like, I want MVP. Giannis, I want
like rivalries? Because I like the Curry LeBron rivalry.
Like a third-man rivalry for the best player in the world.
No, 30's too many. 30's not a rivalry.
It happens in soccer. Soccer is double the time. Like happening in soccer. I know double the amount of players on the field. But it's happening in basketball too, and that's amazing, bro. That's what you want. You want full competition. Don't you? It's in MMA. MMA now.
You want parity, but I kind of miss it.
I want 30 NBA superstars, and one on each team, and then one ideally, which is never going to happen, but an amazing B player on every team, an amazing C player, and then let the other team build the 4 and 5, and let's see what happens. And that's kind of what's happening, bro. It's actually what's happening.
Yeah.
Every team's got a nasty young player. Like even the worst teams in the league. Raptors, we got Scotty Barnes.
Spurs,
Charlotte,
bro. Yeah.
LaMelo. Spurs,
Yeah.
Wembanyama. Like, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, this is amazing. There's so much talent in basketball now that, like, 1 through 30, you got superstars on every team. That's the best thing. Basketball will never die like that, honestly.
I'm in my old head era, old head phase now. Like I miss the dynasties. I miss our like the guys we
Man,
watched growing up. You
nah,
know what
man,
I mean?
you gotta move on, bro. You
I
gotta
can't.
move.
I can't. Not
Luca
until
is
LeBron.
too fun to watch, and it's too
Bro, when LeBron retires, I'll have to move on. But until then, I'm holding on for dear fucking life. I hate these guys.
It gets sad if you sit there and think about it because you start feeling like, oh fuck, I'm getting old.
Yeah,
Because you're like,
yeah.
I saw
Because
LeBron as a
these
kid.
guys are younger than us. They're all younger than
Yeah.
us now.
But for me,
Fuck.
it's like prime time. If you start making money at this age, you can go to the games easily, and you can you can watch these guys live all the time. It's so much better, bro. I can't wait to watch like
Bro, I
Shea.
went to 5 games this year. They were all ass. I didn't enjoy a single game.
I'm
this year.
not going to go to Raptors games as much anymore because I live closer to the U.S. anyways. So I'm going to start going to a lot of Detroit. Yeah, Detroit.
They're worse.
Yo,
It's worse than us.
Think about it though. Like you think like, oh, Detroit, but then you're like, yo, Cade Cunningham is nasty as fuck. Cade Cunningham will take that next step to being an all-star next year, right? And they assume they're going to draft a really good player. That's not going to be a boring team to watch. And then they'll play like Wemby or they'll play like Shea or somebody like or Charlotte, and I'm like, holy fuck, I get to watch LaMelo and Cade Cunningham go at it.
You have 3 years before they might get good, maybe.
Yeah, the way OKC moved, you never know. You
OKC
sign one amazing vet. It's really NBA is really not that hard to get that good quick, bro. Out of all the sports, soccer's the easiest because soccer you can just buy. You can just buy talent, and then you just stay. I'm saying good as in like you're always competitive.
I think baseball.
No, baseball's the hardest. No? Easily the hardest.
You sign everyone. No,
no, man. No. Trust me. This is what people expose you for not knowing baseball.
I don't know baseball. I'm not pretending to know baseball.
Aside from the Dodgers, every team, like
the Yankees.
Put it this way: the Atlanta Braves a few years back got sanctioned from signing a certain amount of thing. They just developed talent, and then they won a World Series like 2-3 years ago. So baseball is one of those sports you could win quick. You don't need to sign guys. Baseball actually, superstars are literally struggling to sign for teams because
there's no cap.
Because they're like, it's not worth it. I'm just not going to pay you. I'll just get one of the really good minor leaguers that I've been developing for the last 4 years, and he'll probably perform almost as well.
This is the Moneyball thing.
Yeah, it is. It's literally a Moneyball thing.
It's statistics. Okay, yo, let's wrap up. Let's wrap up NBA. Do you want to predict the second round?
I mean, we can't, right? It's not finished yet.
Okay, do you want to predict the winners of the existing round and then do the second round?
Sure. Yeah, I guess it's the same thing, isn't it?
Clippers, Mavs. I got Mavs winning next game, ending the series.
Please, end it over, Mavs.
Yeah,
Fuck you, Clippers. Kawhi's not playing. I don't give a shit. So
your lovely Clippers are out, eh?
See you later. Oh, bro, Kyrie, baby. Free Palestine.
Yeah, I love Kyrie now. Like, he completely flipped the narrative. He's such a kind-hearted person. They attacked him for no reason.
Good at basketball, bro. He's
disgusting.
He's just I don't know what drills his dad did for him growing up. Kyrie, bro, you are the most skilled motherfucker I've ever seen. He's not even tall. I want to just size him up just to see how tall he really is.
You're taller than him, I think.
Yeah, probably same height in reality. I'm like 6'2", 6'3". He's probably, I don't know what they label him as. I'm kind of curious now.
I heard him he was 6'2". But
he looks really easy. He's 188 centimeters, which why don't they show us the fucking he's 6'2". Yeah, we're the same height, bro.
Yeah. Which him versus you on a court's very different. He's fucked. He's like
I mean obviously, bro, come on.
Yeah, like that 6'2" is crazy.
That 6'2" is crazy, bro. Just crazy.
If you have Mavs Thunder next round, who do you have winning and how many games?
I don't like
Mavs in 5.
2 teams I really like and 2 players I really like go up against each other.
Mavs in 5.
Nah, bro. Nah, OKC's defense is too good, man. I'm telling you, way too good to lose in 5.
I haven't seen it yet, bro. They got to play a real team first. This is their first challenge.
I'm going to say Mavs in 7.
7?
Yeah.
On the road. Okay.
Yeah. Mavs in 7. OKC's so good, man. We are watching a team develop into superstars, you know?
I don't know. Okay, fine. Okay, Timberwolves and Nuggets. I think we did this one already. You had Nuggets in 7 in 6? 6? Fuck. I'm going to go with Nugs in 6. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't want them to win. I want the Wolves to win.
Yeah.
But I don't think they can.
Did we miss anything else?
That's the West. And Celtics are playing the winner Cavs Magic. That's tough because either one can come out.
Still, I want the Magic to win, so I'm just gonna say Magic. So give that energy out there. So Magic in 7, hopefully
against the Cavs, right?
Yeah, just praying. Come back from 3-2. I don't think so.
I don't give a fuck, to be honest, who wins this series. I don't care. I'm gonna just say Cavs next game. I generally don't give a fuck at all.
I just think Donovan Mitchell is just
He's trash.
he's not trash.
He's over. Nah, but like he's not who he's supposed to be.
Well, my mom's coming in the background.
That's cute. That's cool.
Can you see her?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Celtics versus one of the two. I think Celtics win in 5 versus either one.
Oh yeah, man. Celtics going to East Coast Finals like taking a.
Oh, I think they're going to the finals, bro. They lost. So KP's out till the conference finals. They said.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't change anything. Horford will step in.
And then
Celtics easy money to the finals if Giannis is out.
Which could be today. Today?
What do you mean today? Giannis is back today?
No. They're playing today, Indiana versus the Bucks, right? Or tomorrow?
Giannis is still out though, right?
Yeah, and they're up 3-2. Indiana.
So
Indiana can close them out, which is insane. Lillard's out, Giannis is out, Milton's injured.
Yeah, Boston is looking like a guaranteed finals, easy money. Yeah. They're skipping to the finals if Giannis stays and Lillard stay out. I'm just trying to check if he's still out. How do we check this?
They won't say it. These guys wait till like right before the game.
Man, that sucks for easy path for Boston, which is a little ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie.
You got beat who's in front of you.
Game is playing, I think.
You don't think the Knicks could take them?
Nah, bro, come on.
Challenge them.
Giannis, Dame Lillard close to returning. I told you. I read it earlier. I knew it.
Close, yeah. What does that mean, bro?
Very vague. I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if those guys come back, it'll go to 7, Boston, Milwaukee, and whoever wins. If they don't, bro, come on. That's not even, what are we even predicting?
Do you have the Knicks closing out the Sixers in Philly?
No. I still think
7. Yeah. Back in New York?
Philly's winning.
I'm saying Knicks. I think Knicks will close it.
Nah, Philly's winning the whole series, bro.
Oh, you think Philly's winning?
Yeah. They're coming back.
Oh, no shot.
Yeah. Joel's gonna Joel.
See, I think they're the only
playing well, and all these idiots.
They're the only ones who can challenge Boston.
Yeah, bro. No one's challenging Boston if Milwaukee's out. Let's be honest. What an easy path the Eastern Conference is. What a waste of time even talking about it is. If Giannis is out,
bro, you never know because Boston's still like in the finals. They're a challenge. They're not an easy walkthrough for anyone in the West.
They're not, and they're going to be healthy because they're going to just like walk by, like just hello, and just keep going right to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
no, but this team loves to choke. They're not a team that they get lazy. They get like, oh yeah, we're better than this team. We know, so they like to mess up. They play with their food a bit, like with Miami. They should not have lost the game to Miami. But I saw them when that game. They wouldn't defend the 3.
Okay, but you see what happened.
No, I know. That's why they always lose a game.
Yeah, whatever.
Pissing me off.
I had to give more credit to Miami for winning that game than discrediting Boston for losing it. Like,
you have to hit your 3s, but Boston was lazy.
Too much talent in Boston to compete with anyone in the East. Like, everyone in the East is just not talented enough. There's just way too much talent in Boston, bro.
Yeah. Who do you have winning the championship?
Well, if Denver goes to the finals, I have a Denver obliterating Boston in 6.
Obliterating in 6.
6. If Denver somehow loses, I have Boston, unfortunately. I don't have them. I just think
I know what you're saying.
Skilled. So I hate Boston, but yeah, I think they will never not hear the end of it until
I'm calling Dallas.
I pray it's Dallas.
I think they're making the finals. And I think
because I want Dallas to make it to the final.
No. I both. It's both for me.
You think? I don't know, man. We'll see. That I don't think so, bro. I really don't because I don't think their role players are good enough, man. They're really not. They're too young. All their role players are too young. They don't have experience enough to carry them to beat a team like Denver. They can beat OKC. They're not beating Denver though.
I'm on a different. I don't think Denver's that good this year, as good as last year. Just because of the Lakers series. We'll see in the Minnesota one.
Jamal Murray might be the best player in the playoffs right now. He might turn it up and like
Yeah.
Like, it's just craziness.
No, but like
Denver's stacked.
you look at Dallas, they haven't played well yet. I think you keep figuring it out as you go too. So
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I don't think you can figure it
yeah,
out against Denver. You can figure it out against
no,
OKC
but
because they're figuring it
exactly.
out too. But you're not figuring it out
That's what
against
I'm
Denver.
saying. You're playing OKC, you get by figuring it out. Then you're good for Denver. You beat Denver, and
I
you
don't
got
know
to
if
face
you're good.
Boston.
You're like assuming it's very accelerated growth. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
like Denver's already grew, and everyone knows their role. Once you have a
yeah.
defined role, bro, who's beating that? Like
It's
Denver's,
hard. It's hard to repeat though. It's very hard to repeat in the NBA.
it's very hard to repeat. It's a lot easier
Yeah.
to repeat when there's no LeBron. So that's just the way it works. There's
um.
no who's scary for Denver. Like who's like, oh, I don't want to play that guy. It was Kawhi. I wouldn't have wanted to play Kawhi. Honestly, if I'm a team, I'm like, I don't want to play Kawhi. That motherfucker will turn it up, and we're all gonna lose.
First of all, Kawhi Leonard is This just goes to show how well we took care of him as a Raptor. He should have never fucking left. He can't stay on the court without us. We kept him on the court. We knew what we were doing. This Clipper team doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. Every year he's fucking injured in your playoffs. Like it's awful to have him if you don't know how to handle him. He's like a puppy you have to take care of.
And
But
I
when
have no argument against that, and I don't think
yeah,
anyone else does. So.
fuck the Clippers stealing our championships for this.
Could have had 2 or 3 or 4
Yeah,
or 5.
bro. Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah,
you want to go to fighting? You want to go UFC and boxing?
sure. Ryan Garcia, you're on steroids, bro. What's going
Wait,
on?
I have a quick question for you. Do you see the Potan signing?
What do you mean?
Alex Pereira signed for 301.
What? I didn't see that.
I saw a post. I can send it to you.
Let's take
Who's
that
he?
down, Cormier. UFC 3. Okay.
Who's he fighting? Or is it just a troll? Because if this is true, this changes a lot.
For 301, I don't see any real news. I just see some news about him fucking around with DC.
Okay, so this isn't real. Because it sounds like he's fighting Tom Aspinall.
No, Tom Aspinall's fighting in Manchester at 304. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't see anything, bro.
Okay. Maybe it's a troll post.
Manhandles Daniel Cormier. DC just loves getting hugged and bear hugged by other men.
I saw him pick him up.
Yeah. I mean, DC's an old man now.
All right, fuck it. We'll see what comes out with this. Okay, so Ryan Garcia. I got a question. So I have a question for you because he did all his crazy troll bullshit, right? We didn't know if he was actually insane or not. And then he slaps Devin Haney.
I said bet the fucking house on Devin Haney, by the way.
Which was insane, bro. He's got pillow hands.
I said bet the fucking house, and I have clearly no fucking clue what I'm talking about. Sorry, world. I would have been homeless if I had my mortgage ready. I would have been like, "Yep, bet in the house, wife. We're making money. We're rich." And I would have.
What happens if you bet on him and then this steroid news comes out? Do you get your money back? Because technically, bullshit. You know what I mean? I don't think you get your money back, but you should.
That's a very good question. I have no idea. I would never bet the house, but I think Devin Haney just got clipped too many times. Like Garcia is known to be a fast starter. He comes in and just has that adrenaline push and just tries to hit you 1-2 times. I think Devin Haney got hit in the first 2 rounds and was like, whoa. And just never recovered. Never.
Let me finish my question. So we thought he was insane, right?
Yeah.
And then he says he trolled us, and he has proof he trolled us, right? He's saying he was going to do all these things for the clicks and stuff. But then he actually tests positive for steroids. So is this guy actually mentally ill?
What does steroids have to do with mental illness, bro?
He went into the fucking fight knowing, like, because in my head, it was like he still trained very hard, right? He was just trolling us.
Obviously, he trained.
But when you start taking steroids, it's like he wasn't training as hard as he could have. He took the shortcut.
Yeah,
to win the fight. So therefore, maybe he is a little fucked up. Maybe that shit wasn't all an act.
I don't know if it's an act or not. And for me, one of the worst things you can do in sport and in life is be in combat sports or any sport where you're physically damaging someone and you be taking advantage over them.
Yeah.
Anybody that does that is a bitch. I love Ryan Garcia. Before this, I thought he was actually fucking hilarious. And I'm like, this dude's probably a good dude, just getting pressure from feeling that anxiety that you feel from social media. But after seeing the steroids, I really hope it's not true because I'm like, man, that sucks. Like, What? Why? Why? Like, why is everyone unanimously on steroids and we just don't know as people on the outside? Like, someone needs to explain that to me. If we like, do we just not know? Is everybody on steroids? Like Nate Diaz always be like, everyone's on steroids. Fuck them, you know. But is
Yeah.
everyone actually on steroids? Because why would Ryan? Why would you do steroids knowing you're gonna get tested the day of, the day before, the day
But
after?
that's why I think maybe it wasn't a troll. Maybe he's actually fucked. He wasn't training enough. He needed it.
Yo, but like, what? You didn't gain anything. To me and to real fans, you kind of look like a coward now. Like to Devin Haney, I'm like, that's not an L. Devin Haney didn't lose. Fuck that.
You are a coward if you took roids.
Yeah, you cow. You just beat this
Yeah.
dude that trained his ass off for
Yeah.
6 months. And you just took an advantage over him. Like,
Yeah.
that's just, you just cheated your way to a victory. It doesn't. To me, that victory's dead. Like, I just don't think of it anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
You fucking cheated. Yeah, like, and he looked amazing. So it's like, why would you cheat when what? Maybe I don't know how steroids work, but they're not. He looked like he's always been super fast. He looked
It's the
just
power.
as, he always looked super powerful and fast for his size. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It really pissed me off when I saw that. Honestly, I'm like, I hope it's fake news. I really hope it's fake news. Just as a fan, I don't even want to shit on the guy. I'm like, yo, I just like what? It just it's gonna set a precedent too because he missed weight too.
Purposely.
Missing weight is like the most coward thing too. Like missing weight is one coward move, right? Because you and the other dude suffered, so you should have suffered too, right? It's just equal level playing field. Like we have to call a spade a spade. It has to be a level playing field. And then, so that means you don't care about getting fined because the fine you probably have some sort of backup plan, right, for the money that you're going to lose because you got fined.
You hear what he did? You hear what he did? So because it was 500K a pound and 600K the commission. So you lose 2.1 million, right?
Yeah.
But it changes the betting line. So the betting line went way more in favor of Haney after that happened, and so he bet 2 million after that. So it's almost like you did it on purpose to fuck the betting line, then you bet on yourself with an advantage because you know you have the advantage.
That's the craziest shit I ever heard. I didn't even know that. So
so he bet 2 million on a 6 times payout. He made 12 million, right?
So you can bet on yourself in boxing.
It's not like the UFC or anything where it's like monitored. It's like promoters, right?
What?
So you can bet on yourself. He bet 2 million on himself for 12 million payout. He paid 2 million and fines and Haney stuff, whatever, right? So he makes 8 million.
But you could bet on yourself.
Yeah. He said it. He openly said
it. Bet on someone else.
I don't know about that. I assume not. That'd be kind of fucked. But you can bet on yourself.
So why would they? I always thought you should have. Why would you allow that in boxing as a commission and not allow it in MMA as a commission?
I think the UFC doesn't allow it in MMA. There's no boxing. Who's the commission in boxing?
They're all commissions. WBC, WBA.
But it's different promoters. Like the UFC is the one promoter who organizes everything, right?
No. There's the commission and there's like the promotion. So the commission is like the Las Vegas. What are they called? The Las Vegas
fine.
The fight commission. I forget their full name off the top of my head, but and then like New York has a commission. Ontario, Toronto has a commission.
Yeah.
Whatever. They're the ones that kind of regulate MMA so that it's a legitimate sport under a governing body, so that athletes are protected. And don't have to explain all that.
Does the UFC ban the betting, or does the commission ban the betting?
The commission, I'm pretty sure, bans MMA fighters from betting, and the UFC banned it too. So because it was fighting is a very easy sport to kind of control if you're very good at it. If you're a very high level fighter, you can kind of work a mano a mano to control how things work. It's kind of like that WWE effect. If you're very good at it, you can make it look real. I'm not saying anyone did that in MMA, but I'm saying you could. So why would boxing allow that? That just seems like a weird. That's very shady practice to me. Like
to win is different. To win, I think it's okay to bet if you win on yourself.
Very weird. Okay, so I could potentially create a larger payout for myself. What if me and the other guy make an agreement? Right?
Correct.
Because you and me can make an agreement. You knock me out in the 7th round. I'll drop my right hand. You throw your overhand left or whatever, right, or whatever you want.
You have to be a fucking coward to agree to this as the other guy. Like Devin Haney's not agreeing to that.
I'll agree to laughing to the bank, though, right? Like that's the theory. Is you and me will both laugh to the bank. So, and you get to continue your career. I'm going to retire anyways, type thing, right? We both make 10, 15 mil.
But this is where I was kind of like, I don't.
It almost everyone's a good guy. I'm assuming, like, yes, everyone is potentially a good person, but I just like
I don't think boxing is well regulated as a sport.
it's not. It's run by the mob. That's
Well,
why.
that's the thing. So I think that's how he's doing it.
Ridiculous, bro. That doesn't even make sense. They should not even publicize that. That makes me feel. I've already felt the type of way about boxing through my entire life. Through my entire life, I saw decisions that didn't make sense. I saw Pacquiao lose when he destroyed some dude. I've seen like the most nonsense you could ever see in boxing, like literal scam in front of my eyes. I saw a fighter literally get obliterated for 12 rounds and then lose. Like I've seen it time and time and time again in boxing, time and time and time and time and time again to greats. And to me, it's like, what are we friggin' doing? Boxing is such a rat sport. That's why MMA is beating them, because it's the integrity's still there, right? The integrity of boxing is dead, bro. And now seeing shit like this, I didn't even know that. It just makes me feel like this is retarded. What are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Why do I
Yeah.
even watch this shit?
Did you see the Canelo De La Hoya thing?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. You
Dude,
didn't care?
no, I didn't give a fuck. Canelo and
I
Del have
wanted him to
been happy.
swing on him, bro. I wanted him to knock out Oscar. Oscar's a rat, bro. He's just such a little rat. Everyone can
He
tell.
looks like a weasel.
Yeah, just a weaselly fuck. He's perfect for boxing.
Boston. Boxing is filled with fucking weasels.
Eddie Hearn, I fucking hate Eddie Hearn too. He's like a clean weasel, you know?
Yeah, he's like a British weasel, you know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
British weasel, so it seems much more classy. He's a classy weasel.
Such a rat, bro. You could just tell. I fucking hate that guy.
Bro, boxing is, I keep saying Boston. Boxing is such a messed up sport, man. I love the sport. I've hated the integrity of the sport for so many years. At least, like, if you're gonna fucking cheat, don't make it so blatant. Boxing makes it so fucking blatant. Like, at least Dana White does his very best to hide the fact that he's cheating for some guys. Because I think what's his name, Patty the Batty, got fucking killed against Jared Gordon, and I'll never forget that. And I'll never forget the video of him and the dickhead from the pizza place, Barstool, standing beside each other, because that dickhead from Barstool signed Patty to an endorsement deal.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. Dana standing beside him. They announce the decision, and Dana gives him like a nod of approval.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, whatever. At least that's not the biggest deal in the world. Dana's kind of like very subtle about it. But this boxing, nah, man, boxing's a scam. Boxing's a money grab scam. Fucking sucks, because they ruin the sport.
Yeah. I'm honestly, I think it's made a comeback. I think it's made a big comeback in general. Like guys are fighting each other now, which is nice. I think Floyd kind of ruined it for a bit with he was strategically taking fights at certain times, and everyone started to follow that model. But now it's back.
I mean, yeah, because there's so much talent. So I'm happy it's back. But this stuff just turns me off hearing about all this betting and bullshit. I'm like,
Yeah,
they can suck my dick. Look. I'll tell you this now. I'm never paying for a boxing fight.
Like in person.
In person I wouldn't.
Oh, like
pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You will never get my money. I've
paid
for UFC.
I'm not paying for UFC. I'm not paying for boxing. I don't give a fuck. I got a box. No one's getting my money. There's no fucking chance. You guys are good people supporting these guys.
FBI's coming to the door. Hello, sir.
Yeah. So I'll tell you the Indian guy who's supplying me with my IPTV. Leave me alone.
This guy's a rat. Rats him out immediately.
I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, these guys make plenty of money, bro. And they lose me money betting, so I'm not paying for their fucking cards.
No, boxing, no way. Boxing's look. You just proved to me, it's like time and time again. I've already thought this. I'm like, it's a fucking scam. This is a scam.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think it's okay if you bet on yourself, but yeah, if you come to an agreement, that's bad.
Who's gonna catch that agreement, bro? You and me go sit in a dark room, talk, pretend like we're hashing out. Like,
I also think Haney's. I fucking hate Devin Haney. I think he's a pussy. He has got pillow hands.
Wow.
All his fights are boring. I have never enjoyed his fights.
That's crazy. I fucking love Devin Haney.
Really? He's never knocking anyone out, bro. It's a lot of just like Floyd fighting, decision fighting. You know what I mean? Like late Floyd.
Beautiful, man. Hard to hit. Hard to get a clean hit on. Never been knocked down up until that fight. Like, so he was very. Yeah. He got rocked really badly. I think
he got raped.
Yeah, when he got rocked, I think it just didn't recover in time, bro. Like, he was just like, whoa. He got rocked so bad. I think most people would have been done with that with the few times that Garcia hit him, but
the ref saved him. The ref also saved him.
The ref did save him a few times.
Yeah, so fuck that guy. It's one of those things like a lot of people say in jiu-jitsu, like you go down a belt every time you get punched in the face. So if you're a black belt gets punched in the face, you're now a brown belt. Like your instincts go away. I think Devin Haney kind of felt that himself. He was a high level boxer. And he got rocked hard. He's like, fuck, maybe I'm not. And then you start fighting like a worse one.
Yeah, he got. I tell you, yeah, he couldn't recover when he got rocked. He couldn't recover, but I think he'll learn from this, and now it's not even going to be a loss on his record. So on to the next.
It's I don't know. And he's celebrating how
Praise
he
be
didn't.
Allah, brother. Praise be Allah. My Muslim brother, Devin Haney.
Oh, that's why you fucking like him. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. For what is he actual Muslim or is he First Nation Muslim? What's it called?
Nation of Islam? No, he's.
Yeah, there you go. Nation of Islam.
I don't know. I
That's the
don't
black
care.
one, right?
What?
That's the black Muslim.
It's crazy.
No, no, I sort of.
It is like I guess some sense if you want
That's
to say
where all
that.
the athletes
I
go
don't know
to,
if
right?
Devin Haney's that kind of Muslim. And even if he is, I don't care. That's my brother.
That's
Devin
not real Muslim though. Isn't that like a scam?
Haney's crazy. I wouldn't say it's a
Is it?
scam.
I have no idea.
It's a sect
I heard
of
it's a
Islam.
scam.
So there's like lots of sects, and you can have the perspective of like every sect is wrong or my sect is right and that sect is wrong.
But that one took money from its like people, right?
I think their leader did, Elijah
Yeah,
Muhammad.
okay, yeah. So it's a scam. It's a fucking scam.
But look, they all take money to some degree. Churches, mosques.
Or donations, fine, yeah.
Yeah. So that, but yeah, he self-funded some things. I don't know the
Yeah,
full
yeah.
details.
Instant scam.
The base of it though is still the same core values, and that's I think all.
It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like if your leader isn't following the core values, it's the same values.
Well, you could have a scummy leader, but his he made a grave mistake, but his values are still what you're like following, not his
values are
actions.
bullshit. It's all a show. He's taking money from you.
He's not a prophet at the end of the day. So
yeah, it's fucking bullshit. So
Nation
whatever.
of Islam.
What I don't. Is that what that's what it's called?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Nation of Islam.
I only learned about this like 2 weeks ago. I had no idea.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. We'd have to Google it. Is the Nation of Islam? Let me just check. I'm always curious. Nation of Islam. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a scam.
Founder Wallace Ford Muhammad. Yeah. Did he get money though?
I was wondering why all these black athletes kept converting. Then I found out it was a thing just for like black people. I'm like, oh, okay.
No. Most of them don't convert into Nation of Islam. Some have. I'm not gonna say they haven't. Most don't.
Isn't this this was the '90s era one? It was like really
No,
popular
like
then.
some
right?
of them start off doing that, and then they read more about the religion, and they go to the more traditional one, like Sunnis or Shias style. Most do not convert to Nation of Islam. They convert Sunni or Shia. Nation of Islam is a very small sect. I don't even think it exceeds like 40,000 people. Malcolm X ended up becoming a Sunni. Muhammad
He
Ali.
was part of it. That's what it was. He was part of it.
At the start, he was, but
Yeah,
then, like
yeah,
I said,
okay.
he learned more about the religion and was like, "This don't make no sense." And then, shit, I wouldn't say it didn't make any sense. He just thought like, "There's one that makes values align more with what I think than the other one." Nation of Islam is very segregated, right? Islam's
Open
not
your
really
eyes,
segregated.
people. There's
What?
always something wrong. Open your eyes. There's always something wrong.
In religion things.
Just in general, bro. All religions, not just this one.
I mean, yeah, and if that's your perspective, you can find anything wrong in anything, though, not just religion.
Like all the Christians out there, your cardinals and popes. Some sketchy shit's going on. Some sketchy stuff's happening.
And yes, and like, sure, there's been like, but you're looking at like one sect of Christianity. Like, there's also like,
I'm looking at the top section of the people you look up to and shit.
like the
Not
popes.
You. Like,
you're saying the popes, that
cardinal, yeah, like the
molested
popes.
children and stuff.
When they find out, I don't think some cardinals do. They touch kids, but also when they find out priests have done it, they just move them out and around. They kind of put them away. Buddy, you should hang the guy.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I don't like to use that as like a judgment for Christianity. Those guys are messed up.
That's not my no. I'm just saying the highest guys in your religion continuously seem to have, not like in a religion continuously seem to have issues that are very questionable to the ethics and morals of the religion, which is strange, man. It's really fucked up.
Happens in every religion and everything in life. Non-religion.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's weird.
There's rapists out there that have zero religion.
Good.
What does the majority say is what, like, you cannot, don't look at outliers. What's the majority? Are the majority of Christians good people? Probably.
Have you seen Dune?
Dune, I haven't seen it yet.
You should watch Dune and let me know what you think, because Dune was written about how you can trick the masses into believing something. So in Dune, a little spoiler is they plant religion on the planet they're trying to take over, in a sense, right?
That's a very common like
concept.
thought. That
Yeah, yeah.
you control the mind of the poor through religion. Give them something to
Yeah,
believe.
you give them hope and you give them a
Exactly.
Messiah, and then in Dune, the guy comes down and they think he's the Messiah, and he starts fulfilling the prophecies, right? But it's because he's trained to know how to do these things. They're not actual miracles. It's a cool movie. You should watch it. The first one's really slow, kind of sets up. The second one's really good.
I so the argument with that is and against that there's two. Like, so if you're with the argument that religion's made to control the masses, then your belief is that humans, regardless of how powerful they are just kind of ignorant, right? You're
Yes,
saying they're very
yes,
very easy to manipulate,
yes.
but you're assuming there's only a small sect of these people manipulating them, right? Because the majority are being controlled by the small sect. So you're assuming everyone is just kind of ignorant to it.
It's the ideologies, how quickly it spreads.
Yeah, but I don't think that's necessarily even possible to some degree. Like there's no throughout history, there's been different sects and different religions, and so many different religions, so many different sects, so many different cultures and
There's
values
branches.
and branches, and so like
Yeah, yeah.
it doesn't really make sense. They're still doing their day to day life. They're still trying to make livings. They're still trying to grow them most times. So what do you mean when you say control? Like what are we just giving them an extra thing to live for? I don't understand. Like I never. What's the control? What's the goal of this control? Control them? Like to what degree?
It's
Because they're
it's
still
it's
making
almost,
money. They're
it's
still
like
living.
global. Think about your global politics or wars. Almost every war in human history has been about religion, right?
So
It's
then
about
it's not
like the
control.
like the
It's
Christian
uncontrollable.
crusades. It is control because if you go into a country, right, you pillage them for their resources, and everyone there is okay with it because now they're Christian, right? How did all these Christianity spread around the world? And look all the benefits all these countries who spread it got, right?
So you're
They became
saying they're doing it in the name of God, but they're doing it because
it's
you're
self
assuming
interest.
it's
It's
greed.
self
It's
interest.
greed, right?
It is greed. Yes, I think greed is a innate human value.
Okay, so what about the reverse argument in that? So you're saying they're doing it to control. What if they're doing it because they genuinely believe in it and that's no control?
Yeah,
It's like,
maybe.
right?
Yeah,
So
that's the argument for religion. But my thing is, it's
what
all
about the
about
people
faith.
that claim to have seen Jesus do these miracles or Prophet
Oh, I
Muhammad?
think they're on shrooms.
Muhammad?
I
So
think
like
they're on shrooms.
you're assuming that they're doing it all for control, but then you,
Like
against
no, you have
the
to.
other argument is that everything they did is not it's just fake, right?
Well, I believe they think they saw what happened. Let's pretend that's true, right? But if you look at Christianity through the years, Christianity tried to suppress science. It tried to suppress anything that would disprove any part of the Bible, right?
Well, the Bible's been altered over 20,000 times, so
That's the other thing, exactly, right? So like
that's just a
when you're
fact. Like I'm not here to say one religion's right or wrong.
no, no, I know we're not. I'm not religious. He's a Muslim, so like actually, this does look kind of bad on us, really,
Yeah,
if we put it objectively.
yeah. 20.
But
Like I'm not here to say that changing the Bible was wrong. I'm just here to say the fact that it's been changed 20,000 times. And if I'm going to be logical here, if something has been altered 20,000 times by a human,
you can't be
I
logical in religion,
yeah,
in
I
my
know.
opinion.
But in anything,
Yeah,
if you give me a book and you
yeah,
said this is from a higher being, but I'm gonna change it, and then my son gonna change it, and my uncle's uncle gonna change it, and we
yeah,
all
yeah.
go sit there and change it,
It's a different book.
it's just not the same book that we started with. So I don't want to use that book as the example for defying science.
But you, yeah, I guess that's the argument for Islam is the Quran hasn't changed, but the language has, the translation has, and no one's an eyewitness.
We have zero eyewitnesses left of anything, though.
Exactly.
So,
No, no, I know, but the argument for Christianity, which I don't agree with either one, but I'm saying the argument for Christianity is they saw it happen. So am I going to believe someone who saw it happen, or am I going to believe someone 600 years later who made something up? That's their argument.
well, someone saw it happen, and that someone told his community, and that community stuck,
Yes.
and they told their next community and their next
Yeah.
generation, and that's
Yeah.
how it works, right? That's with anything in life. So I don't know. We live in a time, bro, where there's infinite amounts of information. I look at it like this, bro. What controls the world right now? Money. All this fucking greed, right? In religion, they talk about this is why I'm religious, you can say, about how greed is evil. Like they don't say money is evil. There's no term of money being evil. It's greed that's evil. You could be rich and not be greedy, right? So why do people associate like okay this dickhead in Saudi Arabia or Israel or Palestine or whatever that corrupts the people, takes the money He's doing it out of greed, not out of religion. What does that have to do to the religion? Why does that make every other person who's practicing the religion suddenly have to be under this notion that they're being controlled for greed? It doesn't make sense. It's just one person that's greedy, or usually one group of leaders that are greedy, but everyone else
Leaders.
gets to live their
But
life, right?
it's the leaders. Yeah, that's the point.
It doesn't
The
make
leaders
sense.
control the mass. The leaders control the masses,
The
right?
leaders themselves aren't even religious, though, to some degree. Most degrees, actually.
Yeah, it's all a scam.
Why would they have to be religious? That's like they're just most politicians in general just do it for self-interest, bro.
You're talking about the Middle East. You're talking about here.
Both.
No, the Middle East. You're saying they're not religious in the Middle East?
If they're gonna follow the religion, I would say, in my personal opinion,
yeah,
most
okay.
of them are not religion. Yeah, the
religion. That's the gripe. Correctly. So that's the gripe I have with all the leaders in different religions, like the Pope and them too. I think it's all kind of like they don't follow the values of the religion.
I don't know about the Pope. I'm not well educated enough, but there's very few Muslim leaders that follow the true values of the religion.
Well, so if this is strange, like the representatives of your religion don't.
How could the representative of the religion? They're the representatives of the countries that just happen to be majority Muslim.
So who are the representatives of the religion?
The scholars, not the billionaire sheikhs that you're thinking about.
But the same ones for Christianity in like medieval times and like as we advanced, they would suppress science or they would kill people just if it went against the religion, right? But those are ethical values you're literally going against to do that to protect the religion, right? And you kind of see it evolve.
To suppress the religion, they're trying to.
No, they're trying to protect the religion.
You're saying suppress science.
Because science theoretically would, in their eyes, disprove a few things, and they don't want people to fall out of the religion, so they suppress the science to protect the religion. And it's like, hey, pal, the science is the science.
I agree that in Christianity that happened, but that does not mean that Christianity as a base of values is in itself correct. I think it means that the person that was running whatever country, the Roman Empire, whatever.
No, those are the scholars. Those are not the people, not the leaders of the country. They're the scholars.
The scholars were suppressing science.
Yes.
And were killing
people,
in Christianity. So if that was to happen, then I would say that I would not follow that religion. That would not be a religion that I would
my point. Follow. I think in almost all religions, I don't know much about yours, so I'm not going to go into it, but
I'm just putting it out there. It's a fact of life. Neil deGrasse Tyson admits it. Not joking. Google it. Watch his interview with Joe Rogan.
I know you did. The fact you threw it out there as a quick defense, like it's fucking hilarious.
It's undisputed, bro. There's things you can debate us on that's like mythical, right? Death, after death, end of life. Consistency. Hinduism, Judaism, Islam are the most consistent.
Woo!
Okay. Christianity, though, not to hate on my Christian brothers and sisters, I think is a little bit inconsistent in their approach.
I think it's nonsense. I think most of it's nonsense, but hey, everyone's entitled to their things.
I mean, look, when you die, when death gets close, this is the easiest argument. Everyone starts panicking and starts becoming religious.
It's what I listened to Bassem Youssef talk about it. He's a Muslim, I think, but he said religion's a very selfish thing. It's the idea that we have to be more important than we are. We have to believe there's more to this, right? But everyone else like comes and goes for everyone else, but not for us, not for humans. It has to be like it's a very selfish thing that was created. It's like I kind of understand what he's saying.
I get what he's saying. It is your religion is selfish because it's just about you.
It's
being religious is just about you. Like even saying those jokes about Christian stuff doesn't make me feel right because I'm like, I don't really care what other people do, honestly. Like at the end of the day, as long as they're not harming me or innocent people around the world, I don't really care. It is the most selfish thing to do. Religion is supposed to be selfish to some degree because it's you always do what's your best interest. And that's what religion is. That's the base of religion. Like you have to do what's best for you. Even if your kids, mom, brother, sister, you can advise them and try to guide them. But at the end of the day, when you're 6 feet under, religiously speaking, it's just you. There's no wife, there's no mom, there's no kids, there's no brother, there's no sister. So to some degree, you have to be selfish. You have to do the right thing for your best interests to live. So it makes sense what he's saying. Yeah.
A very, very dark note to end the podcast on, but I think we're good.
I mean, it is. When you're dead, bro, ain't nobody going to be buried next to you.
I'm not getting buried alone. That's for damn sure.
Well, you're not getting buried alone. Who's gonna be buried? You're
Nah,
by yourself
I'm
in the
you,
grave.
bro. I'm taking all y'all with me. This is some like Islamic terrorist.
Wouldn't you just dump us like
Yeah,
like some next grave with all the 6 stacked?
yeah. Everyone's chilling in the
Yeah, bro.
afterlife. All right, yo, that's episode 23.
Bro, yeah, maybe
I'll keep going or no?
maybe
Yeah,
spiritually.
yeah. All right, sick.
No, we're good, bro. I gotta
Good
go.
episode. Tune in next week.